YouTube? It's your boy AMF Boogie back with another banger. So right now we're about to put Starlight headliner in my Charger SXT Raleigh Pack all-wheel drive. Sorry about the tip tags. I get my road Jones next week. But this is the car, whatever. I'm about to put a 400 kit in the car. It's gonna be crazy. All right, guys. So first, we have to take out the headliner. I have a sunroof, so it's gonna be a little tricky. My goal is to put stars in the headliner and then have the headliner still be able to function with the actual stars up there. If I run into any problems, then I'll just have the stars going around. But my goal is to have the whole ceiling illuminated. But I'm going to get started with the headliner and we'll be back. All right, guys. So first things first. First thing you want to do is you want to disconnect your car battery, because a lot of this stuff, like the lights here and the lights in here and stuff like that, a lot of these things, they have, you know, power running to them. So you want to disconnect your battery. And then after you do that, you want to take off your sun visors. You want to take off these, your arm hooks. You want to take off that in the back, which is the motor for your rear defroster, and of course your sun visors. And when I get this all taken off, we'll be back. Okay, so I haven't seen many videos on this, but to get the sun visor down, all you got to do is like pretty much just pop this little cap off like a pry tool or something, and unscrew these two screws here, and then this will be right out. And I'll be back to show you the rest. Yeah, so I found that you can get it a little loose when you pry at it. Like, see how I got it a little loose here? And it'll just pop right out. Once you get that out, it's a little clip right there. Just take this off. I'm trying to do it with one hand. But once you take this off, this part will come out and you'll be good to go to the next part. All right, so I already did one. But for these, it's like this little tab thing. You could just pop. Show you the screw and then take that off. So my method of not losing parts is to just take the corresponding part that I took off and just put it in the door right there, so I know what part of the car it came off of and how I'm gonna put it back on. All right, so the headliner is now out. So to get the sunroof liner out, what I had to do was these little cap things here. You had to pop those, and then you just had to pretty like aggressively just pull the center part out. All right, guys, so this is the headliner outside of the vehicle, and I also have the sunroof here. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm going to probably mount the engine on this side of the sun visor, so when this slides open, the wires are going that way versus having it mounted back here and then they have to contract, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm thinking about right now. I'll let you know what I come up with in a minute. All right, so last video I was wrong. When you in the car with the sunroof, it'll be sitting like this, and then you'll reach up and you slide it back like this. So to make the lights come through, it'll be easier if I could still run it either way. Knowing what I know now, I could either run it back here and let it slide, but I don't want it to curl over itself this way. I don't want it to curl over itself when it's sliding back. So I still may have to mount the engine up here. I might just put it right here in this general area, like right here, because as you can see, I still got plenty of clearance. I might just mount it right there. That way, when the sunroof is opening, there's no pinch in the line, you know what I mean? I think that might be the route to go. All right, guys, so right now I'm just doing a test of the lights, making sure they work. And as you can see here, we got sparkles. So what I did so far was I drew a diagram on my sunroof and the back, as well as the sides where I want to put the lights at. So when I'm done, I'm actually going to come back and let you see what I do. It's kind of dope. You can you can see a little bit of the sparkle on the floor. It's kind of cool. All right, so right now testing out different colors. Yo, I cannot wait to put these in the car. I cannot wait to put these in. Yo, I cannot wait to put these in the car. Man, that is gonna be crazy. I cannot wait to put those in there. All right, guys, so what I did was I drew a diagram on the sunroof and as well as one on the rest of the headliner. And I'm using a safety pin to poke holes in it wherever you see these dots at that I have here. It's a little faint, but they're there. So I have a 400 light kit. So the way I set it up was I had 40 holes in each square here. So that's 40, 80, 120, 160. And then I did the same thing down here, 40, 80, 120, 160. That's a total of 320. And then with the remaining 80, I'll just space them out all the way around. And I'll let you know when I'm done. I'm actually gonna show you how I do it really quick before I go. You see one of these holes here, I just take the pin and I poke the hole and pull it out. Then when I pull this out, sorry, I'm trying to do this with one hand here. So when I pull this out, I'm actually gonna take the end of my wire here. So we're gonna pull this out. And I don't know if you can see it, if it focuses, but you see that hole there from the pin, pushes it right through. Hear that little pop. And then you come in from the other side, see if you can focus it right here, and then you just pull it down in. And that's how you do it. I'm gonna do this another 398 times, and I'll be right back. All right, so real quick, a few things you're gonna need for this job. It's gonna be some markers. The markers are actually gonna be to mark where you're gonna put your lights. You're gonna need some duct tape. The duct tape is gonna be to keep the lights down when you go to install the headliner. And I'll show you when I go to put the liner back in how that looks. You're gonna need some zip ties. The zip ties is just to keep these from being clustered, like keep everything together. You need a hot glue gun. I recommend one with a multi-setting, high and low. As you can see, the low ones is for delicate materials, lace foam, floral, and as well as the corresponding glue. And you're gonna need the double-sided tape, and of course you're gonna need your actual light engine. Now the double-sided tape is to mount the light engine to the headliner so that it can stay in place. But I'll show you again everything once it's all done, and I'll be back in a minute. All right, so I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't too excited about this project until I looked down here. This is gonna be crazy. Oh man, stay tuned. All right, so I've seen videos with people who had sun visors, and none of them showed like how they made it functional. So what I did was, after I ran my lines, I had to get my spacing for my sun visor so I can put enough slack to where it can move freely. So right now, I've been doing a bunch of test fits to see if I can get it to move, to see how the fibers will respond to the movement. And then once I'm okay with it, I'll start gluing everything down. So far, so good. All right, YouTube, it's day 2. So this is how I decided to run them. I decided to mount my engine right up here by the sun visor. As you can see, there's like a foam placement there. It shows there's enough clearance there. So I'm gonna put it there. Then I got what I find easy is to take off like a bunch that you're gonna use and then route it. So because I have a sunroof, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a little extra in there to where I can, have it move. So when I glue them all down, it stays inconspicuous, pretty much. But it's day 2. I'll tune in when I'm done the next step, which is gonna be putting the rest of the lights around the border and then install. All right, guys. So at this point it is 2 a.m. update 2. I kind of just patted down one side to see how it would fit. Make sure the tape is stick. So it looks good to me. So I'm gonna do the same thing to this side, and I'm gonna do the same to the sunroof. Get out the way. So for the sunroof, I got it wired to where it can slide, open and close. So hopefully when I put it in the car, it'll fit up nice. Got everything taped up over here. Wires ran. I'm gonna come back and tape these up so that it's not like an extra glow coming from inside the car or outside the car due to the fact that I have a sunroof. Got some of these wires taped up over here just to make it easier to install. That's where I got the motor mounted. I'm gonna run a line that way down in the pillar. And yeah, this is what I got done so far. 2 a.m. day 2. I'm about to take it down, and I'll be back tomorrow hopefully. As you can see, I started using the hot glue gun. If you use a hot glue gun, definitely want to keep it on the cooler side. It will start to melt. These I probably lost like 5 lights due to the heat, so you don't want to, even if it's on low, you want to let it cool off a little bit first. And then yeah, so I'm just gonna glue these down on this side, and I'm gonna give it a trim, and hopefully tomorrow is install day. Of course, after I pat everything down so it'll slide in. And see you guys tomorrow. Alright, so quick update. I got the back secured now, and then you know with the sunroof, you don't want to have too much light getting out. So that's pretty much what I did. Like that. And that way the sunroof can move. And there's the bottom. Yo, I can't wait to put this in the car, man. It's gonna be crazy with a functioning sunroof. Oh man. Well, I'm gonna take it down for the night. I'm gonna get at y'all tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? What y'all here for? So got the stars in the sky. What that glare is. That's a little ashy over there. But yep, this is it. You got the red. Got the green, blue, white. And this is in the daytime. This is in the daytime. It's crazy. Then I still got my trim light too up here in the front. With the, oh, that is crazy. Oh man.